Welcome to Holy Golden Doodles channel. Meet our associates, their ranking in our pack, their status as our house dogs, and most importantly, our family members. Follow us as our 8-week-old puppies grow up to hopefully become healthy moms of healthy puppies for qualified owners. Health testing, milestones, things they learn, cuteness they share, all included here. Please consider clicking like, share, or subscribe to our channel. Good morning, everybody. I am going to voice over a little bit on this. A little bit I'm going to leave the sound on. So what happened was yesterday, the day before one, I can't remember, I decided to dismantle everything on the deck and wash it, pressure wash it, clean it, get it ready to set outside for fall because I love to burn my fire pit that runs on gas. That's it, somewhere in that mess. And Bougie was outside looking around, and they were all out there helping me out. So this video is going to be a little bit of everything, and including some brushing at the end. So stay tuned. So just to recap a little bit, in case you've not watched my channel before, I got the 2 girl puppies, Bougie and Paris. Already had Roxy spayed, and I got the puppies for house dogs because mine had passed away. And I also wanted to become a golden doodle breeder on a small scale, but on a very, very high quality scale, as high as I can possibly be. So that's what this channel is. You watch what they do. You're watching them playing in the yard, running wide open like Paris is right there. You're watching them train. This is litter mate training to force one to go potty at a time, and not including Roxy. She doesn't get involved in all that wrestling, but the 2 girl puppies, that right there is what they do instead of potty. They'll go out there and start wrestling. They'll get each other sopping wet. Their feet get dew on them. So I make them potty one at a time first, and they're getting good at it, but still Bougie barks her head off because she wants to be out there with her sissy. But I just let them do that and try to teach them to be a little bit more independent of each other. And there's Roxanne. She was just out there with me enjoying the day while I was spraying off the furniture and the cushions and unzipping cushions and washing them. Believe it or not, I've only got half of that done. And there's their toys. I haven't brought them in today and washed them. I usually wash their toys in a mesh bag in the washer, once a month, depending on how muddy they've gotten them, more often, if not. They are Kong toys. I'm not affiliated with Kong whatsoever, not sponsored, don't know them. Come on. But I do know they've got fantastic quality toys. There I was just watching them sit out on the back deck and enjoy the day. And there's Boo. I think that was the next morning after they both had to have a big bath because there I am trying to brush her. She's trying to help me. She's like, no, she didn't want her hairbrush. But I had to give them a bath, and I let them dry curly without brushing them that day. And then I was just forced to do it. I mean, I know they don't like it, but you have to do it or you will have matted doodles. And they won't be as beautiful as they could be. Her face looks terrible because when she drinks in the water, the big water bowls and blows in the water and stuff, her very light colored hair turns red temporarily till it dries. And that's how her face looks. But anyway, they were playing outside. And I think I'd gotten them both brushed by then. That maybe was 2 days ago. There's Roxy. She definitely had been brushed. Look how pretty. She went to the groomer for the second time in her life a week or so ago, and I was so pleased with everything. So there, I've got my computer out doing some computer work. I've got breeder research to do. I've got bills to send in. I'm a courier. I'm self-employed as a courier on the side. I believe in here somewhere you'll see where I got called out very, very wee hours of the morning this morning. There I am, working away, just rinsing off everything. I need to treat the wood for the winter, and I'm trying to get all the bugs and all the stains washed off of everything. So the puppies are 10 months old even as of yesterday. And in 2 more months, I'll be looking into some of their OFA testing, some of their thyroid testing, their knees, all the testing. I'll do a video on that. But watch this bird come in on me. I didn't even see him when I was working, but I videoed him while I was editing the video. So I've tested the dogs' DNA through OriVet and through Embark, and they are absolutely great on everything, clear of everything. But they both do carry 1 copy of the ichthyosis gene. One of them carries 2, and they don't have it. You can look on their hair brush videos at the end where especially Paris, as black as she is, you'd be able to see any flakes if she had any dander in her hair. I'm going to breed them to a clear male if they're OFA testing and their pin hip and all that. I'll do a video on what all that is. I can't remember it off the top of my head what all they test for, but I've got to have them put to sleep like they would during surgery so they can get an accurate reading on them, and I'm doing it at the age of 1 and the age of 2. Just because I want to do everything humanly possible to make sure these girls are healthy enough to have puppies and to make sure they grow healthy puppies. So, or whelp, whichever way you want to put it. So anyway, so far so good on their health testing. They're all up to date on shots, wormer, hair brushing, grooming. If I was going to buy a dog, I'd want to buy one from us so far. So if you are thinking you would like to have a golden doodle, watch my channel to see whether you would want to have one. I'm not trying to sell mine because it's going to be a year and 2 months before we even breed these girls. They're going to be 2 years old or more before I breed them. They're not going to have puppies and more puppies and more puppies. They're going to not be sent to another home once they have puppies and we're done with them having puppies and we get them spayed. They're still going to be our house dogs. We're not sending them away. They're not a part of a breeder program like that. Not to speak bad about anybody that's got breeder programs, but I do speak bad if you got a puppy mill, and I will report you. But anyway, just being transparent there. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I've got the 2 females. What inspired me was Roxy came from a home like that, from a lady that's known around here that once in a while would breed her house dog and people would get on a list to get one of the puppies. And Roxy has got the best temperament in the world. I mean, that dog does everything she's supposed to do when you tell her. The only thing she ever does is jump, 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 jump when you're walking in the house from the garage. I don't know, it looks like a poodle thing to me. But she doesn't nip our elbows anymore. At least she used to do that when she was a puppy. And let's see, we'll never breed Roxy because we never intended to when we got her. We always get our dogs spayed and or neutered, whichever they are, whatever gender. I'm looking all the time for a male that'll be clear of everything, including ichthyosis. So we can, if you do that, you clear out the gene out of puppies and any puppies they have. Also, when they do have puppies, if they do, I'm going to have them DNA tested too when they're very young to see how they turn out. That way, whoever buys a puppy from me will have an idea of what they have. So later on in the video, I'm not sure how far, I've filmed way more of this washing the house than what I thought I did. But anyway, later on in the video, you're going to see me brush the girls again. Now, I've done that quite a bit on camera, but I did that on this one because they actually had a bath, I think, 2 days ago, and I didn't brush them out because I was busy messing with that deck. And so you could see Paris was the easiest one to brush out because her hair's easiest to brush. She's the black and silver phantom golden doodle that I had just mentioned that. I had forgot about that. That, you know, from when she was a puppy. But anyway, she's a phantom golden doodle, and she's got a little bit different hair, but her hair's wavy and beautiful and very hard to video. Very hard for anybody to see it. But anyway, when I brushed them all out, I showed how I comb a section or brush a section and then comb a section and then show the comb and then show the brush. I don't have a videographer, so I wasn't able to zoom in. I had to do all my own stuff. But you get the idea on the brushing. I ran the comb through their hair when, all of them's hair. When I got done, no hang-ups. Paris and Bougie both's tail had a couple spots that was hanging up, but I got them out. That's why you want to comb and check your work. Those two wrestle and sit on their behinds when they're wrestling so much that I feel like that's why their tail gets like that. Also, when you're brushing them, be really gentle because those pin brushes can... you can get rough with them and you don't really realize it. But just be sure you get down to the skin, but just don't rake that on the skin and hurt their skin. And also be sure you raise up the hair around their mouth if you let them have beards, because that beard gets full of food or water or whatever, and it'll dry their hair funny. And you just got to be sure you get that out. Now, this is last night. They got up and wanted to go out and potty. Oh my goodness, they would not come in. The two pups, they wanted to stay out there and play. I may have edited most of that out. But Bougie'd come to the door and then she'd go back. Now, Roxy will run out there and get them for me. She'll run around them in a circle and bark at them and run back in. And they'll usually come in with her, but they would not do it. I bet they were out there an hour. And it was funny and it was cute, but it was also frustrating because, you know what it is. There was dew on the ground, and I knew today their hair was going to be harder to brush, and it was.
Piece of cheese, baby.
But anyway, that's what they did. I even tried to offer them snacks, couldn't get them to come in. So we'll watch a little bit of that now. So just about the time I was ready to get up and get ready for church, I got called out to do a courier trip. And I had to go, I forgot to figure how many miles. I think it's like 170 miles round trip. So I ran up there and did that. I got back too late for church. So here I am getting home, going in the garage, and going back to take care of the Doodles. So as you can tell, it's time to brush. There's the slicker brush, pin brush, whatever you want to call it. This one's got very, very short bristles because her hair's not all that long. And that's Miss Bougie. She had not been brushed since she got her bath, and she dried curly, so it took me a little bit to get her brushed real good. And she's not too bad. I always have to put a leash on them, though, because they try to back up and stand at arm's reach from me, and it just wears me out trying to keep them close enough to brush them. But you can see I can go in all different directions, and the brush goes right through. So I brush a little. This is not entirely how you should do it. You should do little sections and let the hair, like push the hair up and then take the brush and rake it down in little sections, but her hair's not tangled at all, so I just brush through it and then comb through it and brush through it and comb through it. But I pay special attention around their ears, because behind their ears and under their ears they can get mats pretty easily just from shaking their head and just general life, But on their bodies, they're good. But Bougie does tend to get mats behind her ears, though her hair tries to mat, so I make sure. So yeah, I'm brushing and combing. And then I'll take the fine end of the comb and comb her eye boogers out. I've got an eye booger comb in the kit that's in the other room, but I didn't get it. I just decided to brush her because I knew it wasn't bad. And I don't go through their legs with that comb unless it's been definitely a few days since I brushed them, because their hair doesn't tend to mat on their legs. It'll get wet and dry, like harder to brush because of the dew. Their hair will dry like a little bit more clumpy, but not matted. So here she is getting her hair brushed. And every once in a while she'll try to sit down on me, and I'll have to stand up and get the leash and tell her to get up, because I can't really reach her. And if you let your dog do that, they'll wear you out. So as you continue to watch me brush Bougie, it's pretty much straightforward like usual. I go in sections, It looks like I'm ripping her hair out, but I'm not. It's just that her hair's got dried water, like where the hair clumped together, not matted, but clumped together. And I just pick up on the hair and go all the way down to her lips and brush all that out. And she does like it. It's just kind of hard to do. And again, be sure you don't scratch their skin with that pin brush, that slicker brush. And so, what I was saying earlier about my channel, the reason that I have this channel, if you've not been here before, is to just let you watch my golden doodle puppies change, evolve their hair, their coat from the time they were little bitty when they came home with me. I make a video almost every day. That's what was recommended to me. I know that when you first start out making videos on YouTube, they're horrible. The first ones are horrible. I own that. But they just say, just make them anyway, and you'll get better and better at it. So that's what I wanted to do. I'm just me. I'm not anybody special. I put challenges in front of myself, and I see what I can do. And that's what I did with my courier business. That's what I did with making handmade soap, which I do say I don't do that as much as I used to, but I always keep soap here if someone needs it. I had a really big order this past summer. In Arkansas. It was really a nice big order, but it wore me out because I've just about got more to do right now than I can do. I have a son that's back on the transplant list. He had one kidney transplant, and I think it lasted him about 6 years. And now he's back on the transplant list, waiting for a kidney if anybody's got one laying around. But anyway, he's a boat captain when he's able to work. And so when he first got sick the first time, that's how I ended up this busy. I had to get something to do to keep my mind off of everything. And I've got my only 2 kids I have. The other son has gone through a year and a half of something being wrong with him, and they really don't know what. I think they're starting to get him on the mend now, but he had a lot of severe symptoms. They thought maybe he had cancer. They still don't know, but that's my 2 kids. That's what I've been through, and that's why I'm so busy. I just do stuff to keep my mind off of things, and I go to church, and the Lord keeps me focused and grounded, I guess, which I've been serving the Lord all my life. That wasn't why I did that, but I just keep busy. I got off on some rabbit hole there, didn't I? But anyway, so there's Boo. I'm going to have to make her stand up again because she tries to lay down. She knows I may give up on brushing, but I'm not going to. She should know by now. There's just times I'll do a fourth of a dog. Like every day I'll do 1/4 of a dog. If you don't have time to brush your whole dog or 3, just do that. Just do something every day. So Holy Golden Doodles means Holy Golden Doodles. Like if you say holy cow, because we got 3 Golden Doodles, and we could have 2 litters of puppies at once. I'm going to try to avoid that if possible. But if it turns out that I find a fantastic male and it's going to be way too expensive and way too difficult to get 2 separate insemination things set up, we may have to do that. But that's going to be a last resort. And again, they'll be over 2 years old or older before they breed, whenever their next heat cycle is after they're 2. But that's what my channel's about. I just want people to watch the dogs grow up, see what all there is involved in dealing with golden doodles, see how their hair changes, how they act, the different temperaments. All 3 of mine have different temperaments, but the thing that's exactly the same about all of them is they are super kind, friendly, loving. They fight each other to hug me when I get home, like a person hugs me, and they talk, they say hello, and that's all on video. You can find that on my channel. They say hello, and they say hi, and why love you. I told them to say why love you because they bark. It's harder for them to say it like I do. But they say why love you. Roxy says it. Bougie and Paris all do. They have got a lot of training left to do on the leash. As far as pulling, if you've got them individually, they walk great on a leash, but when they're in a group, not so much. Even Roxy's kind of bad about that, and she goes to the nursing home and visits people in the nursing home. When I go see my uncle up in northern Illinois, she goes in and she knows how to behave. She travels good. She's great with people. All of them are. So I want people to see how golden doodles are. In case you're wondering, that's my Roomba running in the background. I definitely need that running when I'm brushing them.
You cannot have it up, everything.
But yeah, I have to get up, make her get up and behave herself all the time. She tries to get a little bullheaded, but that is like less than 1% of the time. Golden doodles, of all the dogs I've ever had, they have the super best temperament ever. And it's not because I own some, it's just how they are. And they're all different, but they're all the same too.
Come over here. Come over here.
There's hardly any hair, but if you don't brush that hair out, they'll mat. That's what makes a mat. That hair will just stay in their hair, and they'll lay around and push around on it, and it'll ball up and make a mat. But that's how much hair. So if you want to say they're non-shedding or low shedding, Bougie's DNA says she's low shedding, and I rarely even get any hair in the brush when I brush her. I mean, you cannot even hardly comb it out. But after 3 days, that's what we have. And that's generally what I get out of Roxy, too. Paris even is less than that. She's different. For some reason, her hair is different. But she's got the same texture and the same amount of curl and waviness as Boo. This video is getting longer and longer. I hope you guys stick with me on it. But I just wanted to film and not have to chop up so much. And show her after she got done. But see there, we're getting it all done well. And then tomorrow morning when I brush her out, I can do it. It'll be a lot easier. It won't even be all this. Maybe 5 minutes I spend on a dog. Maybe 5. If I brush 1 or 2 of them before work and come home and do the other one, they're all done. There she is, though. That's her at the end. Looking fine.
You just got your hair brushed and you look
Holy golden doodles. My chair broke, by the way. I got to get me a new chair.
so did Bougie. Paris. Hey, Paris. Let's see your face. Look up here at that face. Oh, yeah, that light's bright in there. See how pretty her hair is. Black and pretty. She's a beautiful girl. So is Boo. And there's Roxanne over there hiding from me. I'm not going to mess with her. She's happy to get done with her hair brushing. Hey, Boo, sweetie. Okay, that's it.